Welcome back to my channel, Technology in the Future. Today, we're diving into a major leap forward in Apple's tablet software evolution. A direct and exciting comparison between iPadOS 26 versus iPadOS 18. Whether you're a student, artist, content creator, or someone who uses an iPad as a laptop replacement, this update is Apple's strongest push yet to make the iPad a true productivity machine. With the release of iPadOS 26, Apple is finally acknowledging the demands of power, users, and professionals. Let's break down how this new version of iPadOS drastically changes the user experience. Compared to iPadOS 18, a whole new setup journey. One of the very first things you'll notice with iPadOS 26 is how different the initial setup feels. Apple has revamped the onboarding process to allow greater control over multitasking modes, app behavior, and personalization preferences. Whether you're setting up an iPad Pro or a basic 10th gen model, this OS offers far more flexibility from the get-go. Gone are the days of being forced into basic configurations. Now, users can pick how windowed apps behave, how notifications appear, and what gesture styles they prefer. It's an elegant sign that Apple is finally listening to user feedback. Design changes, subtle yet sophisticated at first glance. iPadOS 26 may not seem like a radical visual departure, but once you dig deeper, you'll see Apple's new design language come to life. Inspired by the liquid glass motif, the Control Center, Notification Center, and various UI overlays now offer a translucent, layered look that feels more futuristic. And the redesigned app icons are flatter but more refined, and transitions are smoother than ever. These changes, while subtle, contribute to an overall experience that feels polished and premium, especially on old and nano-texture displays. Cursor revamp from blobby to brilliant tone. Of the most talked about improvements is the overhaul of the cursor system. In iPadOS 18, the cursor was adaptive and often felt playful, but not always practical. Now in iPadOS 26, we're getting a cursor that's leaner, sharper, and much more precise. Tasks like highlighting text, navigating small UI elements, or working in split windows now feel macOS-like, eliminating the clunkiness that was often frustrating in earlier builds. The menu bar has arrived, perhaps the most Mac-inspired feature yet. iPadOS 26 introduces a dynamic menu bar that appears when using supported apps like Files, Calendar, or Emoji. This toolbar brings in options like File, Edit, View, and Window, marking the first time these traditional Mac functions are integrated into iPadOS. This toolbar is not just for show. It brings added depth to app functionality. You can manage multiple windows, adjust layouts, and access preferences without needing a mouse or external keyboard. It's an overdue but welcome step toward giving iPad users professional-grade utility. Revolutionary multitasking. This is where iPadOS 26 really sets itself apart. Gone are the rigid constraints of split view and slide over. Instead, Apple has introduced true freeform multitasking, allowing users to open multiple reusable windows, stack them, move them freely, and even overlap them. Stage Manager, introduced in earlier versions, felt experimental, but in iPadOS 26, it's been refined and expanded upon. Now, users can create their own custom window layouts and seamlessly jump between them. This is Apple's most laptop-like approach to multitasking yet, and it genuinely works. Extended display support, a game-changer. Another major step forward is the improved external monitor support. In iPadOS 18, external displays simply mirror the iPad screen. In iPadOS 26, however, users can now enjoy true extended desktop functionality. You can drag apps across screens, assign them to separate displays, and run different tasks independently, much like you would on a MacBook. You even get macOS-style window restoration when clicking app icons from the dock. This means no more starting over every time you minimize an app. Apple Pencil Pro and paper-like feel for creatives, note-takers, and digital artists. Apple has stepped things up with Apple Pencil Pro enhancements, combined with the latest nano-texture, display technology, and paper-like accessories. Writing and drawing now feels shockingly close to using real pen and paper. The system now recognizes pressure depth, hover angles, and even applies light haptics for more tactile feedback. This also reduces wear and tear on the pencil tip and minimizes glare for a smoother, more immersive sketching and annotation experience. Files app, Mac-like management Files app now mirrors macOS. Finder and functionality. You can access advanced sorting options, switch to list view with dynamic previews, and interact using keyboard modifiers like Command and Shift for batch selections. Right-click menus now include shortcuts like compressing, tagging, duplicating, and assigning default apps for opening specific file types. Want to set a PDF to open with preview instead of files? You can now configure it once and never worry again. New built-in apps and utilities to major additions in iPadOS 26 include Preview, borrowed from macOS. It now allows users to annotate images, sign PDFs, and preview documents all with the power of Apple Pencil. Journal, a smart journaling app that uses on-device intelligence to suggest prompts, organize your entries, and even incorporate media. It's great for daily planning, mental health tracking, or creative brainstorming. These additions add serious value, making the iPad not just a productivity device, but a wellness and creativity companion to audio and creator-focused tools so long awaited. Feature is finally here. App-specific microphone selection. Whether you're recording a podcast in Ferrite or joining a FaceTime call, you can now assign different input devices to each app. This is especially important for content creators who use the iPad as a mobile production hub. No more juggling settings or worrying about which app is capturing what. It just works. Smarter processing and background rendering high-res videos or exporting large files no longer forces the entire system to freeze. iPadOS 26 allows background rendering, enabling users to export content while continuing to use other apps. This enhancement benefits apps like DaVinci Resolve, LumaFusion, and Final Cut Pro for iPad, offering the kind of efficiency that creative professionals demand. Gesture control and window management. iPadOS 26 also introduces a more responsive mission control style view, activated via intuitive swipe gestures. It's now easier than ever to switch between apps, organize windows, and even save layouts. Additionally, thermal optimization and better RAM allocation mean fewer crashes and smoother performance on lower-end iPads, extending the benefits of iPadOS 26 beyond the premium models. Final verdict: iPadOS 26 delivers on every front and short. iPadOS 26 feels like the update Apple users have been waiting years for. Compared to iPadOS 18, it's not just an upgrade, it's a complete rethinking of what an iPad can be. From professional-grade multitasking and desktop-like features to deeper Apple Pencil integration and pro audio tools, this version finally brings desktop-class power to the iPad without compromising its unique identity. If you've been holding back from using your iPad as your main device, iPadOS 26 might just change your mind. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more Apple updates, software comparisons, and performance reviews, be sure to hit that subscribe button right here on Technology in the Future.